Hi everyone. I thought I'd do a little craft along today. It's kind of gloomy. It's a week before I leave, and I'm really working hard at getting this book put together. Probably won't be in the store though till I get home. We'll see how quick I can do this. There's like a million things going on right now in my house. So I thought I would show you a little trick that I learned, trial and error. So let's move this out of the way. This is what I'm working on right now. Okay, so this will be the flip. And I had done the ovals. Now, of course, I don't own any ovals that are this large. But what I did was, in Photoshop, I just made two different sizes so they would nest together, and I printed them on a lightweight cardstock and just cut them out. So then I just turn them over and I trace around and cut them out. So that, of course, they're not perfect because I'm not perfect, but on this page I hadn't figured out what I wanted to do. So I thought, you know what, I want another oval, and I love this. This is one of my favorite dies that I own, but it's not big enough for what I wanted. So I thought, okay, we'll cut the smaller of the two out, and I'm going to layer them. But I really want to put the gold. Now, when I did the gold around this edge, I found that it wasn't melting as good as other things that I've done. And I was thinking, well, why not? It's the same paper. What's going on? So when I do my die cuts, it melts great. Then I thought, I betcha anything, it's because I already have clear embossing powder on here. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm in the process of putting clear embossing powder around the edge. So I thought, you could follow along. And some people might find this a little boring and tedious, but hey, it is what it is. So like I said, I've got this Versamark pen. And I know it probably doesn't really show on camera, but there's a slight shine, and you'll see it more when I go back over this. I'm almost done this particular part. And you have to remember too, your paper is very porous. So when you're using like photo paper, which is what this is, it's meant to suck in the ink. That's what it's supposed to do. And this is a Hewlett-Packard, I forget what weight it is, but it's like a copy paper weight, but it's a color lock, which means it will suck in, the ink, and it locks the ink color in, which is great. So I'm barely going over the edge because I don't want super thick. I just want to enhance the edge of it. But I also love it too when it's not super perfect. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, I missed a spot there. Let's just dip that again. Yeah, I like it when it's sort of, I don't know, not perfect. That's the only way I can describe it. I'm super excited about my holidays. I always get like crazy. I've been packed for like weeks. So I am down 22 pounds. Not exactly what I had hoped for before my trip, but pretty close for my first big goal. Well, actually, my first big goal I hit. I just wanted to wear my clothes that I was wearing all my other times. Okay, so there you go. Now, I'm going to zoom in. I think that's what that issue is. I know that's pretty close. Doesn't look that close to me, but then I look at it after I'm screening my videos and I'm thinking, whoa, that's close. So it definitely goes shinier and it melts quicker. Now the reason that was an issue for me is if you overheat the paper, you change the ink color. And sometimes you end up with like purple, which is not really kind of what I'm going for. So all I did was along this edge here, it's shiny. And so then I'm just going to go back over that edge. And the nice thing too about having that clear embossing on there, the clear embossing on there is that it doesn't dry as quick. So you can dip it in and you're going to get your embossing powder sticking. See how quick that was? Now, on the other ones, when I do it without the clear, it takes quite a while for it to kind of melt, and then I wasn't really getting, I was ruining so many things and having to cover things up. So, creatively, it's fine because there are fixes for everything, in my opinion. But that just gives me extra work. So I don't know, I'm going to try and get that up nice and close if you're going to be able to see that. But there's a spot right here that didn't have clear embossing, and it's definitely a different color. It probably doesn't show. I hope it does. So yeah, it's definitely the clear embossing. So if you want that nice melting look, and you're probably wondering, well, why doesn't it do that with the clear embossing? It has the clear melts quicker than the metallics. I don't know why that is. I'm not a scientist, but so what I'm really doing is I'm reheating that clear underneath, and it's helping the metallic to melt a lot faster. So I'm not wrecking my page. Okay, I'm going to pull this towards me because can't quite see what I'm doing when it's that far away from me. Again. Okay. Sorry, I need some coffee. Second cup today, but man, was it good this morning. I finally broke out my Christmas blend from Starbucks. I got a couple of pounds when it was out, and I haven't used it, so I find every year it's a little different. Some years the Christmas blend is amazing, and other years not so much. And this year, because I no longer work for them, I didn't get to do the taste test. We always used to taste all the coffees so we could describe them, and of course I'm super honest, and I would say, no, that's garbage, don't buy that. Starbucks didn't appreciate my honesty, I don't think. Yeah, my customers did though. Okay, so now I have to decide. I'm debating whether I want it down below and then make a little pocket here, and I'm going to put a flip on this. So I cut this wide piece out. So what I want to do is put this on the edge here. Now you have to go to the edge, because if you open it and it's below, like this, you're going to hit this edge. Well, you know, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. So I think what I'll do is cut it so that it's a little bit wider to give you more of a hinge here. Or the other thing I've done, now which one did I do it to? This one. I was concerned with the flipping aspect of it, so I added another piece, and then I added another little tiny piece here to give that extra strength, because it's not very much paper when you're looking at it that's actually flipping. It's only like that much. It's very small. So I added the extra hinge. So it should be good. I love the way this one turned out. So cute. Anyway, I think what I'll do to give myself more of a hinge is do it this way. Now, what I can do is take my template here. That way it'll be kind of even. Wait, think. Nope, that won't work. The other way around. So go this way, right? Let's see. If I do about that much, that should work. That should work. Now, I've said this before, this is reality TV, you guys. I don't edit my boo-boos. I had to laugh. Somebody left me a comment when I was gluing something. And, oh, I was making those little envelopes, that's what it was. And I looked at it after and I thought, oh, it's right side up now. When I started, it was upside down. And I realized I just didn't say anything, but somebody picked up on it. And I started laughing. I'm like, yeah, totally me. Start upside down, end up right side up. So I'm just going to cut this on the curve. Because I never could have done that evenly, you know, eyeballing it. Not good that way. So, what I might do, though, is trim that off because it's not quite the same. I don't think it really needs to be that big. But yeah, that still doesn't look great to me. But I think I'm going to glue it and then I'll trim it. That's what I'll do. That's what I will do. So what I did was, this is grid. So I printed grid on this side. So when it opens, it's not, you know, it still looks okay, right? I think I will, should I ink or should I not? I think I'll wait. Maybe I'll just ink the edge here. See, this is how I prevent myself from doing really dumb things. Pausing instead of jumping right on in. Okay. I think that might be okay. Let's see, is that where I want it? Well, yeah, I think that'll work. That gives a nice, kind of a long hinge. I don't want to cut too much off here because then it shortens my hinge, right? So I might cut it more on an angle when it's glued. Let's try that. But I do want to move it a little past that, so let's go here with the glue. this. That over and see where I'm at here. Before I push down, I can maybe move that a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Now you want to make sure that you don't glue the flaps together. Oops. Silly goose. I think that'll look okay. Now let's see if I can trim that up a little bit. Keeping in mind, I still want a decent hinge. Okay. I think that'll work. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, bring this back. The reason I wanted to print on that side as well is because when you flip this over, it's going to show. Now I have a bit of a grid showing down here, so when that's on here, it'll be grid and grid. And I believe I'm actually going to make a little pocket. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Never mind. Ignore me. Now I'm going to make a pocket out of this. I think that'll look cute. I think that'll look cute. Okay. And I do want to ink now, just to take the white core out. Sorry, my coffee's getting cold. Nothing I hate more than cold coffee. Yep, I think I'm going to like that. I'm not loving that this is hanging down though. Can I fix that without totally ruining this? That's taking the paper off, so no, I cannot. Maybe a little bit. Ah, scissors, come on. Okay, I'm just gonna take that bit of white out with a little rub of ink and then add a little bit of glue there. There we go. It doesn't even show. It's probably not going to make a whole lot of difference though. But if I place it so that it's level there, okay. Yep, that'll work. And it's not above this one. This is a smaller circle, so I'm good there. I'm going to go ahead and glue that on. So again, if you're not certain that you're comfortable with the security of that, then you can glue in another little piece of paper over top of your hinge. And it looks totally fine. Okay. Now, the reason I don't care about this is I'm going to put something over top of that. I'm not sure what. I have these awesome cards on made up, but I think they're too big. Yeah, too big. But let's see what else I have here. That's too small. That won't work. I'll probably end up having to cut something out. I'm working on flowers. I want to show you that too. I think I showed you this page. I cut one of these out. I must have used it somewhere, but oops, there's my light. Oops, sorry. Hang on. Come on. There you go. I don't know if I just cut it out or if I did actually use it somewhere. I might have. Anyway, there's good variety here. And then I did a sheet of these, so there's two different kinds, this one and those. And these ones, they are in another one, Vintage Flowers, but I changed the color. These ones are much lighter than the other ones are kind of a hot coral. These ones are much lighter, very pretty, soft color. What's going on with my light here, guys? There. And then I did these ones. So these come in two sizes. This one, just one size. And then I just did these this morning. So pansies, I love pansies. I wish I could find a clip of different colors. I could change the color. I might even do that. I love these roses though. They're pretty, they're soft, but they have dark aspects to them. And then of course I had to do red, you know, and I love red and yellow together. And now that's the same flower, but bigger, which I didn't put on the original. And then I did these ones this morning. I love these ones. They're so pretty. Now that's the same flower, only of course I altered it and made it smaller. And these are from a different kit. These are from the Vintage Flowers. I love these ones. But I didn't want to put them in the same kit. I just wanted to show you what I've been kind of playing with. And they're spread throughout this book. So anyway, let's deal with this first. Now, what I want to do with this one is the clear embossing. So, where's my pen? Let me just finish my coffee. Put that away. And grab my... So I want this really gold. I'm going to do this. Now, if you could see what I'm seeing, that just sucked it in, you know, because it is photo paper. Which is why I only do small sections at a time, because the ink dries so fast. You can see the difference in the length of time I have to put the heat gun on there, right? It's so much faster than any of the metallics. Missed this one, did I? Yeah. This die especially looks so pretty, trimmed in gold. I love this die. Did I mention that? So we have our deck planking picked out, finally. Our builder, who happens to be my husband's stepbrother, finally was able to come, and we were able to get our plan together for the deck. So when my husband comes home, he's ripping the old deck down to save a little bit on cost. And I'm not sure if he's doing the concrete. My husband's been in concrete work for eons. With the City of Vancouver, so he was in charge of the construction, and that involved concrete. And he started as a ditch digger, so he's quite aware of what needs to be done. I'm just not sure his knees will allow it. We want a stamped driveway, but I said to him, you know, it's the stamped driveway this year and no hardy board, or the hardy board, which is cement board siding, and no driveway this year. We can't do both. They're super, super expensive, both of them. I think probably the hardy board might be cheaper to do than the concrete. At least I'm hoping that it is. But, you know, I mean, you ladies know, you can't talk your man out of what he wants and go with the cheaper, right? Go with, oh, second best. That's just not, I don't think it's genetically possible for men to do that. I don't know. At least it isn't with my husband. Because I was quite willing to settle for the vinyl siding. It looks nice, and vinyl siding compared to what ours is much nicer. Ours is over 30 years old, so they've come a long way in vinyl siding. But now they have this cement board, and I have to admit, it does look way better. But it's mega expensive compared to vinyl siding. I think it's at least 3 times the cost, which is, you know, not insignificant, right? When you're working with a budget, yeah. But I can't talk him out of it, and he said he's, for whichever project it is, he's probably going to end up doing a part-time job until we get enough money to pay for it, and then he won't work after that. He'll quit. I think he's loving this retirement thing, you know? So it's going to be hard for him to go back to work. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I contribute, but I don't contribute a lot. And, of course, the more I work, the more money I make, obviously. But, yeah, sometimes it's just not possible for me to work as much as I'd need to, right? Not when I got 50,000 other things I have to do in a day. Truthfully, I am busier now than I was working secularly. I think a lot of retirees find that. Oh, doesn't that look fantastic? That is so pretty. I love the little touches, you know. for a journal. I mean, a journal is a book you write in. Okay, I get that. But, you know, why not make it so that it's pleasant to look at the same time? Instead of just a notebook. Anybody can do a notebook, right? You can go buy one at the dollar store. No, that's really, really pretty. And I think I do want it right down to the bottom. Okay. So I think I want to glue it to here. This one. I've had a lot of my friends and family, you know, say to me, so how long are you going to do this keto thing? You know, like, of course, I'm nowhere near the weight I need to be. I'm not even close, but, you know, they're all like, how long are you going to be on for? I said, for life? They're like, what? I said, yeah, for life. This isn't a diet. This is my life, you know. And a lot of people think that it's not sustainable, but yeah, it totally is. For me. I mean, for some people, no. Like my niece was on it for a month. And she said, I think she said she lost 11 pounds in that month. Mind you, she's like way younger than I am. So, and she's pretty active too. So yeah, okay. But her lifestyle doesn't allow her to stay on it. Well, you know, my lifestyle does, right? And yeah, I really love it. I'm absolutely loving it. And I think we eat way better than we used to. Too big. Too big. That's really pretty. But I don't think I want that there either. Oop. I kind of like the first one. I could cut it off. It's very similar in coloring. I'll just cut the stems off. Let's put that on hold, and I want something in wording. I think at the top. I have loads of words. It's just a matter of getting the right size. Now these come with it. These words. That's pretty. Where'd those other ones go? Here they are. I think these might be too small. I could mount them on something else, so let's try that. Whoop! Don't drop it. Yeah, these are included in the Faded Floral, I believe. I did use some of these in different spots, the tabs, which come in different colors, and those I think are just tabs in the store, I believe. Let's do Grow. No, let's do Bloom. I like Bloom. Let's do that one. too hard to cut the points, so I just nip off the end there. Take off that super pointy part. These are Fiskars, because I know someone's going to ask me. They don't say it, but it is Fiskars. I love the squeezing kind. They work good for me. Okay. Now if I mount this on a nice color, what color? It should be a light pink, I think. Okay, let's see what I have. Bunches. Oh, I have this little oval. Would that work? Or with, nah. I'll do that one. Tell you the truth, I don't think I have anything that would work. Wow, that's pretty incredible. I have squares that I could turn into a, let's do it out of this first, and then if I hate it, no harm done, right? This really old punch, but I hate the way it, the edges are jagged. It drives me nuts. That one's not big enough. Okay, I have a bigger one. Just try that. Put it in the right way, might help. Yeah. Can you recognize it? Oh, seriously, Cheryl, come on. See if that works for size. Yeah, that works for size. Maybe. Well, let's see. This is all just scrap paper, so I don't care if it doesn't work right. I think I need something a little wider, though. What can I use? You should see how much scrap I got. I keep all my test pages, too, right? So, like stuff like this. This isn't even in the kit, but I keep it because, you know, hey, it works. Let's go. Oh, boy, what a terrible cutter. Terrible, terrible. Okay. Now, where did... Oh, there it is. Let's see. No, it should be solid after all of that. But it is just scrap, so it's not a huge deal. Solid. What about... This isn't solid, but it's dark. Would that show better? Not turquoise. No. Well, we'll get back to that. I don't know. Figure that out later. I need something in here. Now, I have some more grid, or I actually have, see, these are all test pages too, but they're all lined, so that might look nice. Okay, let's cut some, but I want to measure this first. Gonna be about 4 1/4 by 4. 4 by 4 1/4. I'm just gonna take the edge off first. What did I say that was? 4 1/4? No. Let's do 4 1/2, I think. I'll go 1 past the 4 1/2 because I can always trim off, but I can't add on. And then that was 4. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's better. It's funny, sometimes I look at my test pages and I go, okay, why didn't I use that? I don't remember. Which is why I keep them, because they're great scrap. I think I'm going to, let's see, where does that go? I'm going to trim that down a little bit more, and I'm going to put this one on the bottom, trim this down a little bit more, and then I'll be able to use it as a pocket. Can't go too much in it though, because then that'll show. But a little bit more. Let's try that. Ah, perfect. And I'm going to, don't you dare. I'm going to do a little thumb hole too. I use an oval. I like the shape of the oval. Just, it's a little wider than regular thumb hole. Okay, so then for those people who haven't watched me before, the reason you use glue is if you use double-sided tape for a pocket or a tuck, you're going to get your ephemera stuck in the tape. Because no matter how much you burnish your tape down, it still grabs onto your ephemera. So you want to use tape. When you're doing flips and things like that, that's fine. I've used tape throughout this book actually. But you don't want to use it for pockets. There you go. And you want to let that dry before you put anything in the pocket. Okay, so we have that, and I want something. I just can't figure out what I want. Yeah, but I think it needs to be bigger. Let's try one of these. I don't think I have one cut out already. Okay, where's my regular? Right there. Okay, this now. Do I want to mount this on something? It's already kind of big. I like that. That's nice. I still say it needs something up there, but I don't know what I want to do. Oh, keep doing that. Sorry, guys. It's my lamp is a little base, and there's a bunch of buttons that you can change the lighting for. That's not bad. I have a bunch of cutouts on top of it, so every time I go to grab one, I shut my light off, or I change the color, or something. Maybe I need to cut a different flower out. So, I guess this is probably as far as I'm going to go. I'm almost done the signature, and that will go there, but I will show you. I'll put it together. There'll be some minor changes from when you get to see it completed, and that goes there. So it's going to be a pretty chunky one. I will include a piece of cardstock that I cover in some of the paper so that you can put it underneath. Like if you want to write here, you can put it here. It makes everything stiff, and then you can just write on there. So yeah, it's pretty chunky. There's I think I have all the ephemera in it. So I like the way this turned out, and that just opens up like so. And then on this side, you've got the tucks and the layering, and I might have to change. This is really thick, this one, but I do like it. So, I don't know. Some changes might have to happen, because I don't like my books over full. I do include everything in it anyway, but if you finding it's too hard to write in, you just take the ephemera out of it. Like I've got extra stuff in there that doesn't even need to go in there. Okay, so this one, it goes up and comes down, and I used one of the washi tapes that come in the kit. I don't know if I have that. Yeah, this is another piece of washi, and I just tore them. They're double this size. One pink, one yellow. And then there's a side pocket for more ephemera. And then this is what you just saw, so that flips open. There'll be something in there and something in here. And again, another postcard, so I don't think it'll fit in there, no. And it's too big for here. So there'll be smaller pieces of ephemera. I'm not sure all the postcards will even go in there. This is the writing paper from Passion for Pink. And it's just the right color, so I wanted to include that. Not sure I'm going to include this, but we'll see. This somebody had gifted to me, and it's just, I like the stitching on it. So I wanted to stick that in here. But again, there's so much stuff in here now that I might have to eliminate some. Okay, so here's the other pocket, and I did use a hinge on that so you could write under it. And then this includes a large piece. I think this is also from Passion for Pink. This might be the free piece, I'm not sure. Now I haven't burnished it to flatten it out, so it will go down a little bit. I haven't done this yet, so that still has to get done. But I put the ephemera in it just to see. I like to see how thick my books are going to get. Again, more pieces, which, yeah, they go perfect in here though. Here's the other side of the flip, which has a little envelope in it. Lots of layering. And it goes up. And then there's a side pocket here. And then on this side, it's another flip with a pocket. And then just another piece. Somebody had gifted this to me as well. I've had things for so long, I'm sorry, I can't remember who gave me stuff. But I mounted it on a piece of the paper to make it a little bit thicker. And there's the side pocket there. And this piece comes up, and it has, this comes right out, but it's double, so it has 2 spots to write in. And then it has a pull out here. This is from Vintage Stuff. That's what that's from. There's a whole bunch of ephemera in a few of those. There's 4 Vintage Stuff kits, I think. And then on this side, I did nothing. I left it attached so you could journal right on that. And that's it. That's pretty much going to be the book. And when I do the flip through, you'll see the rest of it. Yeah. So, anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. And likely, I'm not going to be putting another video up before I go. It's crunch time now. And I have mega housework to do because I have my nieces staying in the house while we're gone. So, a lot of cleaning, and I have to prepare some meals for my husband and throw them in the freezer so that he makes sure he eats when I'm not home, because I won't be home for 11 more days after he gets home. Yeah, so that's what I'm up to. I hope you guys have an awesome week, and I will talk to you in about 5 or 6 weeks, I guess. Sorry, it's going to be a while. Yeah, anyway, I hope you're well. Thanks for watching. Bye.